Hello everyone. So today I'm clearing up one of gaming's biggest myths. Is it better to have good aim or good game sense? You've probably heard it a thousand times from coaches or creators. Aim only gets you so far, or you can't obtain a headshot. But this entire debate is built on a lie. It treats aim as a mindless, random reflex and game sense as the only smart part of gaming. The truth is, elite aim is game sense. It is the mechanical intelligence required to execute what your brain is planning. So, if a strategy tells you exactly where an enemy is, but your physical control cannot bridge that 40 millimeter gap on your dash, your strategy doesn't matter. So, today we're ending the debate by defining what aim actually is. So, to understand mouse control, you have to look past the highlight reels and examine the three distinct stages of the clicking loop. Stage 1 is visual acquisition. Your eyes don't just notice a target. Your visual cortex instantly calculates its velocity, direction, and the exact distance on your screen in pixels. Stage 2 is the cerebellar translation. This is where your brain takes those on screen pixels and converts them into a physical distance on your desk. And this relies entirely on proprioception, your nervous system's internal map of your hand's position in physical space. When an elite aimer hits an impossible shot, it isn't because their reflexes are biological faster than yours. It's because their internal map is more precise. Their brain has memorized exactly how much muscle tension is required to move that mouse exactly 14 millimeters. Which leads to stage 3, motor execution. This is where most players fail. Aim isn't about forcing your hand to move fast, it's about tension management. When you tense up, you introduce physical noise into your nervous system, causing overshots, micro jitters, and missed shots. Because this system is so complex, mouse control cannot be trained as a single skill. But thanks to Voltaic, we are able to understand it more clearly as according to the Voltaic fundamentals, aim is actually broken down into 6 distinct physical pillars. First is precise tracking, which is your ability to remain perfectly centered on a target moving smoothly. Followed by reactive tracking, which stress tests your eye to hand latency as the target changes direction instantly without warning. Next is going to be clicking. So static clicking is the pure art of the flick, which makes you move from point A to point D and stopping instantly. But dynamic clicking introduces a moving target, forcing you to track the trajectory and hit confirm before you pull the trigger. Finally, target switching. Speed switching evaluates how fast you can acquire the next target after a kill. But the ultimate test of mouse control is evasive switching. Evasive switching forces your hand to transition instantly from a maximum speed flick directly into a smooth controlled track. It is the boundary where speed meets total stability. So these are the 6 distinct physical pillars. When you see someone with unbelievable mouse control, you aren't looking at just one skill. You're actually looking at the mastery across all 6 of these unique subsystems. So once you understand the 6 pillars, you realize why most players never get better. They confuse testing with training. So some people, they just doing the same benchmark or whatever scenario over and over again and thinking that's gonna make the aim better, but that's not true. Playing the same benchmark scenario repeatedly is just taking a quiz. It only measures your current level, but it doesn't actually teach your brain anything new. So true training requires pushing your motor control past its comfort zone. As experts like Viscos, you guys can check her out. She's a very, very good aimer. I'll put her channel link down below in the video. So as she points out, your brain only creates new neural pathways when it encounters errors. So which means you learn when you encounters errors or something that is harder. If a drill is too easy, you aren't learning. If it's too difficult, you're just practicing bad habits and tensing your muscle. So you have to find that specific threshold where you are slightly failing, forcing your nervous system to adapt. So whatever I just mentioned were all just theories and also the foundation. So now that we have stripped away the myth of natural talent and defined the actual science of aim, essentially we can put this data into a test. So for me myself, I'm gonna start a complete documentation driven journey by playing the Voltaic system. No shortcut, no distraction, just while tracking data, tension management, and deliberate practice. My goals are actually straightforward. I'm just gonna test my mouse control, build it, aim training, and let's see how far this training is gonna bring me. The theory phase is officially complete. So in the next video, I'll be sitting for my official day 0 benchmarks to establish my exact starting rank on the global leaderboard, which will be shown after I finish the Voltaic benchmark. So if you want to see if a deliberate scientific approach to mouse control actually works, or if you're ready to start your own journey to the top, let's hit subscribe. The lab is officially open. See you in the next log.